Hello everybody. And you can tell from the title this is a video about my equipment I use in the gym and at competitions. Easy enough. I have a lot of people who come and ask me, just fellow people at the gym. They'll come over and see, I'm wrapping my wrist, or maybe I'm wrapping my knees, or the shoes I have on, or even the belt that I use. They'll come over and ask me, not necessarily what is the best equipment, but just the equipment that I use. And I never have a problem with just stopping and talking to people and saying, "Oh, this is what I use, and this is how long I've used it and what I've done." For a lot of people that don't know me, which is pretty much everybody, I've been lifting for since I was 16. I'm 22 now. I remember actually my 16th birthday, I was actually in the gym, the school's field house lifting. But I've been competing now. My first competition was probably right whenever I was about 17, and I remember I placed second in that competition. It was just a little gym. It was just a little competition, powerlifting competition, full power. I can't really even remember my numbers, but that's beyond the point. That's some other time. But anyways, my equipment. I use knee sleeves or knee wraps. Obviously flat-footed shoes, either like Converse or wrestling shoes. I wear a belt, and I wear wrist straps, depending on what day it is, all that good stuff. Well, to start with, I'll go with pretty much the low end of my knee wraps that I use. This is the low end side, which are just these ones. These are pretty much your standard, go to Walmart, buy it off the shelf, $20, it'll get you going, These ones, I bought these probably a good 3 years ago or so. And I mean, they've done me, they did exactly what I wanted them to do. It got me into these ones. We'll put it that way. I'll show you these in a moment. These were just start off, learn the basics of wrapping my own knees, or somebody wrapping my knee, the feel for them and what they'll do for me, and just how they fit and how they work. Because if you take anybody and you wrap their knee with this the first time as hard as you can, they're gonna be whining and crying right after the first about 3 or 4 wraps. But anyways, these ones, like I said, these are just your Walmart $20, Dunham's $20 wraps. Very stretchy. They're 4 inches. I believe these are 2 meters. And like I said, these just eventually got me to these. And what these are what I use for any squat, usually after 500. 500, 550, 585, and so on. My best squat, my PR to date, is a 595. Parallel, back up. My best squat with reverse bands is 635. I actually just did that not too long ago, and I actually did that in knee sleeves. I didn't actually use wraps that day, but the bands were easily giving me probably 75 pounds off. I'm nowhere near competition right now. But anyways, these are AndersonPowerlifting.com knee sleeves. I don't even know, Anderson knee sleeves, whatever the hell you want to call them. These ones, very fucking tough. I mean, these things are made from some very strong material, elastic material. You can get these things on pretty damn tight. I'm talking your legs will turn blue after your first knees wrapped. Your legs will feel like pegs walking out there to the platform, or standing up to go do your squat inside your power rack. Sorry, I'm a little sick. It's about 10 degrees outside. But anyways, these were $75. These are 3 meter. I've had these for about a year and a half, 2 years now, and they are still, I mean, nothing's as good as it is brand new, but these are still pretty damn good. I've only used these maybe, you want to take a guess, 100 times, 150 times, somewhere between there, because I only use them whenever I get above 500 pounds. And since I've had knee sleeves now, I actually haven't used these things in a while. But that will change here shortly whenever I start getting close to competition, about 2 months out, 6 weeks out, something like that. see what I can do with them. These things easily, well, we'll go back to these real quick. These will give me, if I had to take a stupid guess, and really I don't care what your opinion is, I think they give me about 15-20 pounds out of the bottom, and I'm talking I get these things on pretty fucking tight, especially whenever I have somebody else do them. These on the other hand, maybe 30, maybe 30, 35, maybe even a little bit north of that. Depends how they're wrapped, who's putting them on, you know, and how much experience they have with wrapping these. But I can't remember how many wraps I can actually get out of these, but they're definitely worth the money for $75. Now we'll move on to my wrist straps here. I was at Pennsylvania State's about, it would have been August of last year, and I never used wrist straps up until then, and I was going to be going for, I can't remember what I benched that day. It was probably like 3 1/4, and I was just walking around the little concession desk they had there, and they had it'd been like shirts and supplements, and then on the other end of there they had these wrist straps. Now these are the Inzer wrist straps. These things are pretty long too. I mean, you can tell I can get an easy 5 wraps out of this, just loose. Tight, you know, probably get at least 6, 7. These things are getting pretty worn out now because I use them whenever I bench and I use them whenever I squat. And once in a blue moon, if I feel like it, I'll use them whenever I deadlift, just to tighten that tendon. Yeah, so your hand's like this almost, and you go to grab the bar and just keep a hold of it. I don't really like using them too much whenever I deadlift, but it's just something different. You know, got to keep changing it up. But I paid, I believe it was $25 for these. You know, I don't know if that was worth the money. I don't know if that was expensive whenever I bought them or cheap whenever I bought them, but that was $25, and I've used these things. I can't even tell you how many times I've unwrapped and wrapped my wrist with these. But on the next hand here, we got we'll go with my knee sleeves. I got the SBD knee sleeves. In my other video, I showed you first thoughts on these things. Well, now I've used them for a solid couple weeks here. You can see. Well, I really do like these things. They keep my knees very warm. I like them whenever I do my squat day. And my squat day consists of first just pretty much going full bore up to 90-95% of my max with squat, and then I will actually do, it's either I will do box squats with a very narrow stance and I'll come down, just sit on the box for a second and then come back up, or I will actually do sumo deadlifts. These things are okay for sumo deadlifts, but I like to really drag the bar on my shins and across my knees, and sometimes this bottom will actually catch the bar, and you almost gotta like lean forward just a little bit to try to get that bar to miss so it doesn't really drag on there, because it'll actually grab it. Try to pull it up a little bit, and that's just a little bit more resistance. But I don't go heavy with sumo deadlifts. I mean, you're lucky if I will put 5 plates on there for even a couple reps, because I'm not the best at sumo right now. I'm really working on it. I mean, I could probably pull north of 90% of my max, but I don't piss around too much with sumo, which I should be, and I will be consolidating that more into my deadlift day and my squat day as things go on here. But that's them. I mean, these things were almost $100. They were $97.50 to be exact, with shipping to where I live from. I don't know if it's a flat rate shipping or whatever the hell it is, but it was $97.50 SBD. You know, the best thing about these, well, there's 3 things that I like about them most. One is just how tall they are. I like that I can get this pretty much like about 2 inches below my patella, and then just how far up these go. The other thing I like about them is the material they're made from. Very strong, 7mm, can't beat that. And the last thing, I found out that I sweat really, really bad in the gym. Just the way I've always been, very high metabolism. I sweat like a motherfucker. Well, whenever I sweat in these things, and I throw them back in my bag, and I leave them in my truck for a day or two, and then I go put them back on, they get very tight. They get very tight to put on. They're almost so tight that I can't even just put them on by rolling it down and putting it on. I always have to put it on a little bit, then do a few reps, get them loosened up, and then slide it on more. And the real shit thing is, I actually bought this. This is actually the exact size that I need for my knee. You know, I know a lot of people that I read up on or I watched videos about, they actually bought about 2 sizes smaller, which I don't even know how the hell you get them things on, buddy, but God bless you. And my last thing, easy enough, is my belt. And here's my belt. You know, that's her, and everybody's name on there. Little ritual I did. But I mean, it's just your standard double prong. You know, nothing truly fancy. It's not a forever deadlifting belt. You know, it's nothing super expensive like that. I bought this off eBay off a gentleman who actually purchased the gym, and he did not want the gym. He was selling all the equipment, and he had a couple brand new belts, and I remember I paid $40 for this thing, and it's helped me a lot. Now I've had this now for about 2 years, more like 3 years actually. I've had this for about probably 3 years now, and I only can 9 chances out of 10, I only can get actually into the first holes here. You know, I might even have to drill some holes in here as I keep going up body weight a little bit more. Usually I can't break above 205 with body weight, and if I do, like I said, my metabolism in between my job, coal miner, I walk so much a day, and between all the work we do and everything, I sweat so bad, I just burn calories like fucking crazy. Yeah, so usually I always just stay there. Once in a blue moon, I can get to these ones, but it's almost like having a corset on. I can't even fucking breathe. Yeah, I gotta take a breath, and especially if I'm deadlifting, I'll take a breath at the top, and I'll just jump down and grab the bar and go with it. But it's actually so tight that it can be very uncomfortable. And that's pretty much my equipment. I mean, I can show you my shoes real quick here. I just bought these this past week. They're just Nike wrestling shoes, and the things that really turn me on about this is the Velcro strap around the ankle. So I can make my ankle very, very tight. A little bit of ankle support there. Converse Chuck Taylors is what I was using for the last few years, and I mean, they never did me wrong. They were always a fair price. But I've been wanting a pair of wrestling shoes, and I couldn't beat these off eBay. And like I said, the thing that I like the most about them is the Velcro strap, opposed to with Chuck Taylors, where I'll tie it at the top, and then I'll actually take the laces around the back. That's what I did with my Chucks. But I really like these, and really, I mean, the video's already long enough, so, but that's all my equipment I use. Like I said, it's pretty durable shit, because I've had it all now for, you know, I haven't said anything for like less than 6 months, and I had to go buy another one or some shit like that. Had everything now for a couple years, and it's still doing me well. But I want to appreciate you. Thanks for watching my video, and see you next time. Bye.